Hello, everybody. It's me, Mayo Hosco. This is not my building Lego sets daily stream. This is something entirely different. One of my dear friends, Hoarder66, needs help um, with building a winter mock, and I want to help him because we are both mock builders, and who knows, maybe the chat can also give some ideas, which is why I decided to go live right now. Anyway, so let me do something very quickly. And we have first person in chat. Hey, Puppets. It's good to see you here, buddy. Don't think I've seen you on any of my streams before, so welcome to the Mayo Hosco channel. I've seen you in plenty of other places on YouTube. So thanks for coming my way. Looks like you got some white 6x8 plates right there.
Yeah, just trying to get the base set up. Now, before you started the stream, we were talking about you were talking about needing a certain CMF, which got me to thinking. Oh, well, you said that, and then you also brought up the you didn't want to do a Santa Claus or an elf and be cliche. I'm sitting there thinking about that, and I'm looking at this guy here and a couple of these other ones, and I got to thinking if I could make a Krampus goes after Santa mock, that might be cool. Maybe the toys come to life and
Is
go
there a
after him or something.
combination? Is there a combination of Lego minifigure pieces that you could use to build something that looks like Krampus?
Oh, hold up. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. I think. All right. So I think if I use this as like the as whatever, I'm gonna try to get a head underneath of that piece, and maybe use this guy's legs.
I think that's
Right
the
then,
harping.
and then I'll put this guy's legs because he also has the same color legs, right? Onto this guy, so he can be next to Krampus. One of his little demons or something. Now I'm gonna have to. I do have like the toy soldier. I got some CMFs, but not a crap ton of them. But I do have this guy. So I was thinking
Yeah.
I can make him come to life and maybe find a couple other things come to life. Maybe I can do something with that train. I don't know.
Yeah, because when I was digging through stuff, I found that toy soldier, and whenever I see that toy soldier CMF, I think of the Pixar short film Toy Soldier from 1989 or whenever.
Okay.
That's just me. And whenever I see that train torso, I think of people at Day Out with Thomas.
So
even though people don't actually dress up like that at Day Out with Thomas.
sitting here looking at all the Christmassy sets I have. You got all these guys, and like you said, it would just be too much if you just do the normal, hey, we're elves getting, whatever. So I think I am going to use all these guys if I can fit. The thing is we got a 16 by 16 plate. We can't make it any bigger than that. That's the hard part, if you ask me, trying to fit everything you get ideas for onto one of these. I don't know how other people do this.
Yeah, because the
I always
challenge
end up
is
saying,
to do it on a 16 by 16 plate.
yeah, just like as far as like when you actually have motivation and your creative juices are flowing, I tend to like think, oh, I'm going to build a 32 by 32. And then, you double it and then you add another back to it. And before you know it, you got a whole damn table and you weren't expecting it to be that big, And like you just said, this is the size for the competition. If I go any bigger, I'm not in the competition. So Gotta
Yeah,
figure that.
I'm kind of the opposite. Instead of starting at a 32 by 32, I always start at an 8 by 8 because I'm a habitat builder. And then if I think I can expand the concept, then I'm like, well, maybe I can expand this to 16 by 16. And then if I have enough pieces, then I might want to go full blown. But that doesn't often end up happening because I don't have enough pieces in my inventory.
Right. I wish I could. I need to get my camera back somewhere where we could actually see what I'm doing. And because
Yeah,
right up
because
here, right up on it, you can't really see much, you know?
yeah, see see that's why I don't well, that's why I try to use the dining table as much as possible because my build tables are a mess in the garage and it's always such a pain for me to have to clean it up just to get it to look presentable when filming.
Right.
Where I don't even attempt to do so. I just use the dining table when I'm home alone.
No, I completely understand that.
Yeah, and
I don't
it's
really have
because
any other way other than to have this thing sitting here, so.
yeah, because your build table right now is about half as clean as what my build table in the garage is right now.
You know, I would love to have all this stuff somewhere else, but I already have a bunch of stuff on the floor that has been there for, I don't know, maybe 6 months now. And it's all covered in dust and everything. I have nowhere to put it. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, see,
What else?
I don't normally well, I don't worry about dust at all because I'm just resigned to the fact that if you keep Lego out, it's going to get dusty. I've just resigned to that fact, so I don't even bother cleaning anything. So that's why I say the way I deal with dusting is I don't.
With what? I didn't catch that last part. It cut out.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, if I'm resigned to the fact that any Lego you have out on display is going to get dusting, why bother? So the way I deal with dusting is I don't.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, now we got some of our friends. We got my bestie Dina, my co-host Heather, and the man of the people Cliff says I dust almost every week. Um, you'd be lucky to catch me dusting once per year.
I try to dust, but you can't keep up with it.
Exactly, because I'm at the point where I don't care if dust gets on my Lego. Like I've been reorganizing my shelf because well, for the people that have been watching my almost daily streams, they would have seen me finish um, a Nigel Mansell's Williams Formula One car, and I put the final stickers on there on the Jungle stream yesterday, and so last night, I'm talking like actually, Lee, no, it was yesterday afternoon. I was listening to live streams while I was reorganizing my shelf, and I took stuff out of my room, put it on the dining table because there's nothing on there, just to get access to get there, so I could pose both Nigel Mansell, both Nigel Mansell's car and Ayrton Senna's car next to each other, as well as some of my other Formula One stuff. And then I posed up the Blacktron MOCs I found to go next to the microscale space stuff in front of the Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol. And the amount of dust on all of that, you could run your finger in between some of those studs and it would leave a trail of dust at Bunnings because it was just sitting there for so long untouched. And also tying this back into winter stuff, I found one of my old winter things I did from last year that was built on an IKEA Big League box, and I put it next to some of the gift with purchases that have to do with nature, and I was like, you know what, this winter thing next to this summer thing next to this spring thing actually looks good together.
Oh, okay. You should show some stuff off, Mayo.
Yeah,
I need to
which
get.
is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and show that winter mock thing.
I'll try to get this tablet to work. See if I can. Oh, here we go. It's actually working. What do you know?
Yeah, and so yeah, and so I'll come here and see if I can um get the right angle, because in there I found another Christmas set. Um, so yeah, if I come down here, that's the stuff I was doing with Formula One. That's the stuff I was doing with space. And down here, the lighting's not good, um, because it's getting caught out in shadows. What I was doing with that winter mock back there, there's a Christmas set there, and I just put that next to some other stuff, including Star Wars. But there's it's just a whole bunch of random stuff, and it all got a dust on it, and I'm not gonna bother dusting it. Yeah.
First piece I put, well, not first piece, but almost the first piece I put down. I didn't even put in the right color. Get on there. Ah, come on. I got some of my brown plates. All my brown plates are mixed together, and it's some of it's kind of hard to see what's what.
Yeah, and so while I'm doing all of that, I'm going back and forward between the living room, my bedroom, and the garage. And every time I go into the garage, I try to remember where I think I might have stored that snowman. Because I think what I want to do is I want to build an ice house with an ice spike on, and that house is embedded into the side of a snowy mountain, and try find one of my white 16 by 16 plates so that the base of the mock can be ice, and so that'd be the foundation for the snowman living in kind of um, an igloo, but it's built into the mountain instead of out in the middle of nowhere. Because when you think of an igloo, you think of it in the middle of nowhere on an ice shelf or an iceberg.
Okay.
But I think with the Minecraft aspect that I like, I want to see if I can build an igloo on the side of a snowy mountain. But what's the terrain type that you want to use with that Krampus concept?
Well, I'm because you kind of need walls for it. You know what I mean? To if it's gonna be like the habitats, you know what I mean? You need at least two walls.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying? So I'm doing a house.
I try to I try to do
I'm
everything as a habitat now, which is why I want to go with that wall with that house on the side of a mountain concept.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a house, and then they're gonna be battling it out here in the front yard. I don't know how much I'm gonna fit. It's probably only gonna be able to fit 3 or 4 figures, but I can always make it bigger so people understand what I wanted it to be. But I don't think I can do that before the competition because that's kind of cheating. Like, hey, vote for what this is, even though you're really only get to vote on this part. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And if anyone out there in chat got any ideas for Hoarder, um, can can you can sound it out because I've already got conclusive ideas about I want to build. I just need to find that goddamn snowman.
Yeah.
Because I'm confident I've got all of the plain white pieces I need. Just need to find that snowman, and then I can make And then when I post pictures about it on Instagram. I think it's due on the 14th. Anyone from Clicking and Brick can correct me if I'm wrong. It's due on the 14th, right?
Yeah, it's the 14th. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I've seen that.
yeah. So that means I've got 9 days to find that snowman.
Build the rest of the mock around the snowman and then hope you find it.
Yeah, because like I already know exactly how I'm going to build it. Um,
Okay.
and and it'll probably take me an hour to find all of the pieces and a half an hour to actually build it. So what will end up taking me the longest time is finding that goddamn snowman.
Right.
Yeah, but like I suggest everyone out there who wants to build winter stuff, building stuff for Santa and his elves is so cliche. And
So
honestly,
worried about the
most
phrases.
things to do with the North Pole is pretty cliche.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about Christmas, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Other than stuff like that. So you really gotta think outside the box and try to get away from it, right? So
Yeah, which is
I'm
why
done.
so many people build a winter
Where am I going?
village. They build a winter village this time of year because you can go you can use the winter village sets, but you can arrange them in all sorts of different ways. Then you can make your own mocks to complement the winter village sets, and you can arrange the street the street plan of that village however you like. Some people choose to have a train or a tram running around, others don't. Some people put up a big giant Christmas tree, others put out lots of tiny small pine trees. Some people put up an ice rink, others don't. Like there's lots of options you can have with making a winter village. Some people choose to add the ski resort to their winter village.
Yeah.
Some people choose to have essentially a snow park where kids are riding toboggans down a small hill and having snowball fights with each other.
You see now, here, let me go get it. I'll show off what the ones that we made last year. All right, so this one's dusty as heck, and it's all falling apart. A tree just fell off. But that was what my mother made last year. Um,
Oh yeah, I remember that because you used the transparent clear minifigure bendable things bars to pose those snowflakes coming out.
and then this, it was what I made last year for me. Oh,
Yeah, because you were able to use some of the lighting for the tree inside.
yeah,
And what
battery
I
box.
and what I and what I liked with what you did is the way you use those bars at the top to get the icicles.
Yeah, yeah. I liked doing this, doing some a plate underneath and tiling it off so that I could have a ceiling fan and lights and everything up here on the. I don't know if you can see that. I should have had those lit up, but it was hard enough getting everything else.
Yeah. um. So Dina thinks that it's so good. Heather thinks that it's a good mock. Um. Yeah. Yeah. So I think after
Thanks,
um
guys.
yeah. So I think before the live stream started, after I said, well, after I was talking about cliches, I think something popped inside of your mind because now you're putting pedal to the metal.
Yeah, once I get an idea, I'm good to go. It's just getting
Yeah,
that idea that's takes forever.
yeah, because getting an idea takes forever, while executing the idea is like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Right.
Because like there will be some people who end up with a magnum opus project and it takes them years to design what their magnum opus is, whether it's gathering the materials to construct it, whether it's gathering their ideas to write about it, whatever, whether it's a physical object or a piece of of scripture or whatever. It's such a drawn out process to know exactly what you want to do that eventually you relive how you want to execute it over and over in your mind for however many years, that it's almost like a muscle memory when you actually come to execute it. That's the way I feel with the way that I've evolved as a mock builder, because I'll never be one of those people who 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 digitally designs stuff, whether it's on the old Lego digital designer or whether it's what everyone's using now with the Bricklink Studio slash Stud.io. I'll never be that person unless I want to make instructions of whatever I'm doing. I'll always be the guy who knows exactly what pieces Lego has in the market, and so I'll target those pieces when I go to the pab wall or whatever. So I'll have enough inventory of one particular part where I know I have I have a bounty of that, and I and through all of my organized chaos, I can just go there, and get those parts, and then years worth of trying to manage your inventory means you can build something with the snap of your fingers. Because like I'll be building a minifigure habitat and I'll think, okay, I want to use this minifigure. Like what I want to do for my next one before I build that winter one is I want to build something for Captain Rex. And I've been asking some of my Star Wars bros what I should do about that, and they suggested just one of the assembly halls where the clones get their orders.
Okay.
And they suggested just use the regular combo light grey and dark grey vertical stripes for the walls, which is kind of similar to how I built the conference room mock for the Death Star. Was that used black and dark grey vertical striped walls. But is there a specific scene from one of the movies or the TV series where the clones get their order inside of an assembly hall or whatever on a base?
There's multiple scenes. When Order 66 happens, it goes through and shows like all the Jedi and what's going on. Some of them were in the movie, some were in the cartoon, and then there were more that you didn't see, like in comic books and stuff.
I'm gonna Google Order 66 and then I'm gonna search by images and see if anything comes up. Maybe Order 66 assembly hole. See if anything comes up. No, there's nothing coming up. What about Star Wars clone base emission? See what comes up. Maybe assembly hole. Yeah, so on Wikipedia, there's a page for the assembly room. Where's that at? That's at the heart of the Galactic Republic. But Captain Rex wasn't there.
Yeah. When Order 66 was going on, Captain Rex was with Ahsoka. They were in a Venator, and the Venator starts crashing. There's a whole scene that's in the Clone Wars cartoon.
Yeah.
That's the very last episode. What's that called? Liberty and Death or something. I don't remember what it's called. But you would be able to find it if you just try. But fairly easy.
Yeah, because what if I search for Star Wars Clone Wars assembly hole? See what comes up. Yeah, it's that same thing, which is not what I want. What's this? No. Yeah, well, because Like it's hard to find interior shots of the assembly hall that doesn't that that has the walls. Um, but I've seen other people say um, to use the Camino training base gift with purchase as a basis for for any generic um, imperial wall in Star Wars
I mean, yeah,
because all of the Camino mocks I seen uses the black and the grey in a checkerboard pattern for the wall, or like subway tiles
well,
for
when
their walls.
the walls for like Imperial, you'll see a lot of gray, and then you'll see like the white lights, like the lines that are grouped together. Um,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have a belt up here anymore. Where is it?
Also, hello, Ewa League
Actually, I don't have anything.
9697. Good to see you here. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome to the Mayo Hosco channel. Exactly. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Mayo. Yeah, because I'm not sure if you still have your Camino training facility around.
I don't have it built.
Mm. Did you?
That's what I was just looking for.
Yeah, so you took it apart for a mock.
I'd take everything apart just because I don't have room for them. I'd rather take it all apart and just have pieces to make my own stuff.
Yeah, yeah, because I forget where I explained it, but I keep sets together until I need something for the parts. Because particularly when I buy a gift with purchase, just because I want the foliage in it, I'll keep that gift with purchase built until I need to use that foliage.
Okay.
Like the snails gift with purchase. Those are okay snails, but I can use the pieces for a whole bunch of other stuff, and they have the three stem fern bamboo leaf type thing in sand green, which is really cool. And I showed you and some others. I got those pad boxes full of sand green foliage, so that's pretty dope, man. And the African savannah gift with purchase has some cool leaves. So when I want to build a tree that needs those, I'll take apart that thing. And there's some other earthy toned pieces in that which I'll be able to add to my collection. Because there's some colors of bricks that I don't think anyone can ever have too much of.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Because like as a Star Wars builder, what colors are you do you think you could never have too much of?
As a Star Wars builder, you want both grays, and then white, black, and then all the earth tones. All the dark tans, dark orange, nougat, medium nougat, light nougat. All those types of colors. All the different colors of brown. There's three or four of them.
Yeah,
So
because I think for the way I'm building stuff in my city right now, probably the two colors I don't think I'll ever have enough of is white and regular tan. I can make do with not having all of the greys and black, but I always need white and tan.
yeah,
Mm.
the pad wall will have a ton of tan stuff, but I rarely find white except for tile. I've gotten every kind of white tile except for 1x8. Every other kind of white tile that I think Lego makes, I pretty much have off the pad wall.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't tile almost anything, so everyone else can fight over the tiles at the pad wall, not me. Like in a perfect world for all those city builders who really don't know better, they'll just dump the whole drawer of light bluish grey 2x2 tiles into their box and just run out, it'd be like it'd be like the shut up and take my money meme, because they can't get enough of those. But what I realized is it's better to get the 2x2 jumpers so you can actually place the minifigures on them without feeling that they fall over when you sneeze or breathe on them.
Yeah.
And also, Alex Nunes did the math years ago. It's cheaper to buy a 6x6 tile than it is 9 2x2s.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing: it all depends what you're trying to do. Because if you're doing like a tile floor, you don't want 6x6. You want 2x2. But if you're just trying to make just big open landscape, you can use the 6x6 really nicely, and then just put a couple studs wherever you want to build something a little deviation in the landscaping or whatever.
Yeah, because because this was back when the fifth generation road base plates were out, so you'd have a six stud wide sidewalk on the side of the road. One, at least back in the day, one 6x6 light bluish grey, or as Lego calls it, the medium stone grey tile was 50 cents, and a light grey 2x2 tile was 10 cents. You need 9 of those, that's 90 cents, to get the same footprint as a 6x6 at 50 cents.
Right.
And so if you're building sidewalks, it's cheaper to go with the 6x6 option, but maybe it's because it's not as easy to come by the 6x6s. Maybe people have more 2x2s already in their collection, but I've never understood the fascination and the desire to get as many of the 2x2s as possible. When one, you could do it for much, you could build sidewalks much cheaper with the 6x6s, or you could use the jumpers and actually pose your minifigures without them feeling falling over. I've never understood that gold rush mentality with the light grey 2x2 tiles.
Well, here's the thing: if I can get any gray tile, I'll take it. But that's just they are so expensive, man. Everybody, all the bricklink stores, especially like the dark gray, for sidewalks. There's when you need a bunch of the dark grays here, and some people do the light grays. They just get so expensive. They're like 17 cents, 18 cents, and that's only at the stores that only have like 4 of them. If you want any quantity of them, some of them are like 23 cents. Some of these stores.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna go see what some of those pieces are selling for on Lego's website as a benchmark, just to compare and compare. So I want to go to bricks and pieces. Want to go I want to go pieces by category. I want to go. Where do I want to go? See, there's not a thing on here for tiles. Maybe it's under plates. Maybe it's under plates. Is see, there's no team for tile. That's dumb. I don't get it. I really don't get that.
Yeah.
And we're going to search for grey. See what comes up under grey. Okay, so right now in Australian dollars, the light grey 6x6 is 80 cents. That's in Australian dollars. So convert that to the US dollar. And where's the 2x2 version? Where is it? That's 4x4. Whoa, hang on a minute. Here, the 6x6 tile is only 1 cent more than the 4x4. That makes no sense to me. How?
Yeah, sometimes those
What?
prices are really weird.
How is a 6x6 only 1 cent more than the 4x4? That has to be due to lack of availability or something. But where's the 2x2? There's the 2x3. And even let's compare the pair there. The 2x3 right now is selling for 15 Australian cents. So I'm going to remember. Okay, so right now the flat tile, the 2x2 is 12. So let's do the math here. 9 times 0.12, that's $1.08 compared to 80 cents. So so that's a difference. So that's a difference of 28 cents. 28 divided by 18 times 100. Yeah, so you're getting 30 euro. So if you go, wait, hang on. That doesn't make sense. I'm doing my math wrong. 18 divided by 108 times 100. Yeah, so if you go by the route of the 6x6 compared to 9 of the 2x2s, you're saving 26% on cost of the parts for the same surface area.
Okay.
So that's my little math thing right there. And if I
Do you
was
do
to
this with
do,
every part?
it's probably not applicable to every color.
Okay.
I don't know, because I haven't, or also because not all of the colors. Like I use like 10 for sandstone sidewalks instead of the light grey for a concrete sidewalk. And I don't believe they make a light tan 6x6.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I changed mine to dark tan, you just gave me an idea.
You got
I
plenty
could
of dark.
actually, I could tile the whole city if I did that,
Yeah,
and then it
because
would pull it away from the look of the road. That might work, Matt. You're just full of ideas today.
yeah, because the reason why I use sandstone instead of concrete for the sidewalks in my city is because the first time I went to the Lego store was when we went to Hawaii in 2016, and one of the pieces they had on the pad wall were light tan 2x2 jumpers, and so I decided, you know what? just for something thing different. Why don't I have my sidewalks be sandstone instead of concrete? And so after then, I invested in that more, and it gives my city a unique look compared to 99.9% of other Lego cities on YouTube. Hello, Stormy Cube. I don't think I've seen you here before, so it's good to see you here. Welcome to the Mayo Hosco channel. And also, anyone watching, don't forget to leave a like on the stream to tell YouTube that you like to watch my live streams. Anyway, I see you. There's is that brown or dark red or something?
This is brown, and then I got the dark blue.
I'm gonna try put you on the full screen so I can see. Actually, no, that's me. That's me. No, I don't want. I don't want just me. I want everyone. Just to see what's up with that. Oh yeah, it is brown. Also, hello Owen. Good to see you here, buddy. Stormy Cube thinks it's a cool mock.
Oh, thank you.
What kind of equipment, Owen? Also, I'm adding YouTube videos to my watch later list. And also, Jean's version replied to my comment on her short. Yeah. Including a carbon fiber table, 10-foot ring tripod, speakers. Wow, that's a lot of heavy duty stuff. Also, something independent of building winter marks. What do you think about the new modular?
I like it. I know a lot of people are talking a lot of crap about it. I like it. Everybody's like, "Why do we need another corner?" And it's like, it's not a corner. It
Yeah,
fits in between buildings.
it's not a
I don't think
corner.
people knew that.
Like some people get so confused with the geometry of the modulars.
Right.
Like I remember the ridiculousness when the boutique hotel came out, and people saying, "Oh, it's not a corner, it's an end."
Yeah.
Well, by definition, every end of a block is a corner. So what the fuck are those people talking about? By definition, an end is a corner. and also some people are getting confused because there's a plaza that creates kind of a C shape, forgetting that the assembly square did the exact same thing, except that was perfectly square. This new one has angular buildings, which I think is throwing some people off.
Yeah. Definitely.
And
But
I
if
think
they watch, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I was just going to say, I think any time that something isn't at a right angle in a modular, people are going to be confused about its shape.
Oh, breaking it.
Anyway, so what were you going to say?
What's that?
You were going to say something.
Oh no, I'm breaking it. I'm sitting here trying to get this to. I had to move it over because it wasn't the count wasn't working out for what I was trying to do. So I had to move over the door. So now I got to move these steps over, which means I got to
Yeah.
break up the whole thing.
Yeah. I
Well, not
guess
really.
the embargo for the new modular dropped today because the resident land m- because the resident land people Alex Nunes, Just Too Good, and Tiago Caterino all dropped videos about it.
Seen something. Somebody was dealing with it. And that's how I seen that it wasn't, a corner. Now it's actually it's designed to be in between the buildings. Where the heck? Oh, right here. I'm sitting here looking for my parts. I'm a moron.
Oh, so Puppets is back.
I need it.
And
Oh,
also
moron.
hello, Alexandria. Um, you can send me pictures of that setup on Discord, Owen. Yeah, and other people might want to check how many jars they have because you need. I think Streamlabs sets the minimum of 10 jars um to be able to gamble.
I don't understand any of that stuff. What are you gambling exactly?
Stream points.
And do you I mean, what do you get for that? I don't know. I don't understand what you're actually getting out of it, or is it? It's just for fun, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you get
Just
1 point. You get 1 point for every 5 minutes you watch a stream. So that means that I can run the math for you right now, Alexandria. So you got 266 jars times 5 divided by 16. That means Alexandria, you've watched almost 19 hours worth of my streams in your lifetime. And also, if you type exclamation mark top, you can see who is in the top 10. Anyway, it's almost 4 a.m. No, sorry, it's almost 4:30 a.m. and I'm running on fumes, so I'm happy to go live for as long as you want to.
if you're tired, you could have just said that. We didn't even have to go
I'm
live.
not, but the
I
thing is,
wasn't.
I'm not tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
not
it's
tired.
not.
I'm just running on fumes.
It's not late at all for me, so I don't care.
Yeah, because I go to bed when my body tells me to. That's an expensive desk, Owen.
What desk is that?
So it's got a carbon fiber desk. I don't even understand what carbon fiber is. I'm not a materials expert. Actually, hang on a minute. What was. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this today. Oh, you know what? I should have. Maybe I can do this before it's too late. I'm gonna go to my YouTube studio and see if I can do a redirect. So I need to go to the go to the control room.
Shutters.
I need to go to the control room.
I think I'm going to lift this up one brick, and I think I'm going to put shutters on it.
And can I? Yes, I can. I can add a redirect. See who else is live right now.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my subscription list. No, that's not live. No one who I'm subscribed to is live right now. Alexandria is asking, "What are you building?"
A habitat for somebody's competition. We're going to have Krampus here interfering with Santa and the elves trying to deliver presents. And we're going to make Krampus out of these figures somehow. And possibly more. I'm not sure yet. Oh.
And Alexandria thinks it's hilarious.
I'm hoping it works and I get the point across, you know?
You know what? I didn't check. Is anyone going live at 4:30 a.m.? I'm gonna check that real quick. Is anyone going live at 4:30 a.m.? No,
What's that?
they're not.
Yeah.
I contacted the couple of Brickheads Discord server to see about getting onto their approved list.
Their approved list, what, of people they have on stream?
Well, actually, ACOB responded half an hour ago. So maybe I can, maybe I can do. I think there's a tutorial. Actually, hang on. How to add YouTube channels to approved redirect list. Okay, yeah. So Google AI has a thing. Okay, so I'm going to screenshot that and I'm going to add that to my photos and I'm going to log on to Discord
Forgot about that.
on my computer and I'm going to go down to the ACOB server and I'm going to respond to Sean. See if I can get the picture, upload file, scroll down to photos, and there's the thing from Google AI. Nice. These are the steps that Google AI says. Okay. Yeah, I'll check out that stuff as well, Owen. Just gonna wait for the top of the hour to send that to Sean because I'm actually no, there it is.
Seem like you're just moving right along, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the pictures that Owen sent me. Wow, there's a ring light. Some speakers with rainbow color things. I guess that's the carbon fiber disc.
I gotta build this wall.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what the benefits of carbon fiber are.
It's lightweight, and very very sturdy.
So, so would that?
Like
So I
that.
guess. So maybe impervium from what's the oh crap, what's the thing on the CW network with Starling City and Oliver Queen?
No idea what you're even talking about.
Um oh, I'm gonna search Oliver Queen. Um oh yeah, Oliver Queen becomes the vigilante Green Arrow. But which series was Starling sitting in? Was it the Arrow TV series? Yeah, yeah, on the Arrowverse, star sitting.
I need to go smoke a cigarette. Well, I don't
Yeah, it's
need to, but
the
I want to.
yeah, it's the Arrow. It's the Arrow. The Arrow TV series. Impervium, maybe that's an upgraded version of carbon fiber. Because I'm not sure if you've ever heard about Impervium from the DCU.
Check this out. That's a wild set there.
Oh, you bought that?
You got it for $120. It's normally 200.
Wow, that's 40% off.
That's good good parts pack right there. We're building it just to here. Front. We're building it, just because we build every set we get, but it's going to get taken apart very quickly, and I'm going to use all the parts. Let me turn a light on.
Also, I watched it. I watched it 6 hours ago. Because I'm a member of Briggsar, but Briggsar just uploaded a video about about a Bricklink gate. Because you're now joining those other people who are gonna boycott Bricklink.
Oh, oops. Oops.
You're
I'm
you're
breaking
part of
stuff.
you're part of the crowd who's now gonna boycott Bricklink, right?
Oh, I'm already boycotting them. Yeah, I'm gonna go brick owl only because I think that's the only way you can really send a message. That's I don't care if it's one person or 5,000 people. All they had to do was give them a year's notice, and instead they gave them 3 weeks notice in the back of some place where nobody's even looking.
And now they extended that deadline from the 12th of December to the 30th of January.
Yeah, woo, right? Like, how about you guys just do the responsible thing and just do it right from the start? Say, look, it is what it is. We have to cut this part of the company loose, but we'll give you a year. That way, everybody can get all their eggs set up right, and all their ducks in a row, if you will. And would not have been a problem. It would have seemed professional. It would have been on the up and up. But instead, they rush, and forget everybody. It's they don't care about the customer anymore. Most of the Lego company does. It's just the higher ups. They're all way too greedy, and they all need to go.
Yeah, because the employees at my Lego store, they care enough about me as a regular customer to take drawers out of the wall upon my request. They let me take take selfies with them when I hand over $100 bills to buy 3 pad boxes. Um, remember me buying pad boxes out the wazoo on day one during the grand opening, so they know how to take care of me. Sounds like your local store employees, they know how to take care of you. Everyone that's in a lug feels like the store employees know how to take care of the lug. It just seems like the executives, the bureaucrats, and the bean counters within the Lego group don't know the opinions of the common man because they're not on the front lines.
All right. Can you hear me, or I might be cutting out. I probably gotta go back in. Damn Wi-Fi. Everything on from you, Ryan, is cutting out on me.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's like at the executive level, that's the kind of dribble I expect from the Lego Group. What they did, how they mismanaged the communication with Bricklink, because it seems like there's three specific things that the public are complaining about, because people like you are complaining about the morality. There's the camp of people who were talking about, well, it's business as usual, and there's some kind of convoluted business decisions why they're not doing it. And then there's
Dude,
a whole bunch of
Business
other.
101, Business 101 does not state screw everybody over. That's
Yeah,
just greed. Now,
and
I
then
understand they could have, like I said, they just had to give it a year's notice. I would understand them cutting it loose.
yeah, and then there's the whole separate other camp who decided to put on their tinfoil hat and are coming up with all sorts of conspiracy theories.
Well, it's the lizard people, Mayo. That's why they're raising the temperature of the globe, because I'm not even getting into that. Um,
Well, a lot of the conspiracy theories are actually people trying to justify their decision in a business sense.
yeah.
Like one of the conspiracy theories is you open a whole bunch of stores in a country that's now getting banned, so you can try and corner the market. That's one of the conspiracy theories. Another
Oh,
one is
I didn't
because
even think of
is
that.
because is another conspiracy theory is that the Lego Group doesn't agree with some of the politics in some of those countries. That's another conspiracy theory, because like we
Right.
all we all because like it's well documented, um the morality stances Lego has taken for not doing certain things in certain sets. No, oh, and this is just a stream for me and Will, because we're talking about, well, because we were trying to
We were supposed to
brainstorm stuff
be.
about, yeah, because we're brainstorming stuff about about winter MOCs, and the conversation evolved into other things, and so probably the best business justification I've heard is that a lot of the countries that are getting banned on Bricklink don't have the seller's protection policy through PayPal. That's the
Yeah,
best
I've heard
business.
that.
That's the best business justification. I think it was Matt Elder who said that in a couple different places.
Yeah, I've seen him say something like that on Hive Stream, and
Yeah,
I'd have to agree, and I do understand that, but once again, it was already happening. They could have given it a year's notice. That's all anybody could ask for.
Yeah,
Businesses do what businesses do. I get that, but give them notice. These are people who love your product, who spend a crap ton of money on your product, and you're just going to say, "Meh." It's like, if that's how you feel about them, how do you feel about me or anybody else who's going to go out and spend $500-$600 on a goddamn Lego set that none of us actually need? It's like, come
yeah,
on, guys, that's wrong.
yeah. Because
And at some point, you got to stand up for other people, because otherwise, you're going to end up just being you, and they're going to come for you too eventually. And it's stand up with everybody, or lay down and take it. It's your choice.
yeah, yeah, and the camp that are actually defending Lego's decision are coming at it from the approach. Well, this is the same company that has a $1,000 Death Star on the market, and that sold out in the limited quantities it was made in, and a $400 USS Star Trek Enterprise, which has more quantities on the market than the Death Star for $600 less, and also sold out. And now there's like an 80-day wait to buy that set again.
Let me ask you a question. Looking at that Enterprise, I don't care if you're a Star Trek fan or not. You could be the biggest Star Trek fan out there. It, the ship itself, isn't it? That does not look like it's worth that money. It's just a bunch of plates sandwiched together. There's no substance. I get that the Enterprise kind of just is that, but why wouldn't they like dome it out and have like an interior for it, or something? Like, for that price, you're not getting what you're paying for. You're just not.
I think I think for the same reason they chose not to make the Death Star a dome. They made a slice instead of a dome
Yeah.
because it's not supposed to be minifigure scale, and when you don't make things minifigure scale, that'll always piss some people off. However, if you want to get anything to be a complete model, it really can't be minifigure scale.
Well, when I say minifigure scale, let me. All right. So when I say minifigure scale, I'm always going by like height. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But in this case, I'm talking play scale, because a minifigure scale Enterprise would be, bigger than my house. So, but I think most people, when they talk minifig scale, they talk about the height, because if you go off the width and the height, it's going to be all messed up. So
yeah,
if you figure a 6 foot tall guy wearing a Lego costume looking ridiculous, you know what I mean? And that's how I look at builds, and I try to build it accordingly. It's really good if you have some of the old Mega Block sets, or like the Call of Duty sets with the actual human with their proportions correct, because you can just set that up next to everything and say, does that look good? That's what I did until I got rid of them. I sent all those people. I think I sent all of them to Cal.
yeah. Well, like when I think of a minifigure scale, I think, can a minifigure fit through a doorway? So the doorway has to be that 1x4x6 frame.
Yeah, yeah. You see,
And
but you can
a
also
lot of
fit through the smaller doors. Remember, you got
yeah, and then you get some of the Star Wars UCS sets which are bigger than minifigure scale. Yeah, because those are those are four by six. One of them was a four by five. Also, good morning, Johnny. It says $600 and you can't put your boys in it. Very sad. Yeah, yeah, because those $600 UCS sets are bigger than minifigure scale, which is why they have the few amount of minifigures on in the set is connected to the plaque. And that's something else I've seen some people complaining about is comparing the Enterprise to a Star Wars UCS set that same scale, complaining about, oh, there's something like the Venator only has two minifigures in it, and the Enterprise has what, three quarters of a dozen or whatever. And I'm like, well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. There's no other Star Trek set on the market to get those minifigures in.
Plus, it makes sense for all those figures to be in that set. They're all in that. You know what I mean? It just makes sense that way.
And also because it's the first wide released Star Trek set. If they make more Star Trek sets in the future, you're never going to see that many minifigures in a Star Trek set ever again. It's it's kind of like with that what is it? The new house for Stranger Things that has so many of them. That has so many of the minifigures in it, because you'll most likely never see those minifigures in a set ever again.
Right.
And it's
Right. Or
Legos only.
the Goonie ship. The Goonie ship has all of those figures together.
Yeah,
Yeah. Certain ones,
because
it just makes sense.
yeah
They're going to be
because
one-off sets.
because yeah, exactly. If it's gonna be one off, you might as well go big or go home with the minifigures. However, Lego Star Wars has a 26-year history of hundreds of sets since 1999,
Right.
where Lego can spread themselves thin with minifigures. I'm in the camp where UCS sets shouldn't include minifigures at all, especially if it's bigger than minifigure scale. They shouldn't include any minifigures at all. The only time I believe a Star Wars UCS set should include minifigures is if it's minifigure scale, because I'm pretty sure the sail barge, the Death Star, they are minifigure scale. However, the X-wing that I have and the Luke's land speeder that I have, they're bigger than minifigure scale. So I would be fine if they didn't have the 100,000 Luke Skywalker in there that we've seen a billion times in the third generation of that character. I would have been happy to get the UCS Luke's Landspeeder and not have a Luke Skywalker in it. However, the C3PO is actually pretty cool because it's got that exclusive silver on its left leg or something. Yeah. Yeah,
I got
on
extras
the
of those. I
yeah,
bought a bunch of the keychains.
on its right leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
bought
so
I
like
bought a bunch of these just
yeah.
for the legs. But then again, I bought a bunch of the Luke Skywalker, the UCS Luke Skywalker keychains, and I got like 9 out of my 15 pilots, all with the legs and arms and everything. I think that looks pretty good. I'm glad
And
they at least
then
give you an option, but I'm out there spending $6 per fig to do this.
yeah, and then that goes back to all the Spider-Man fans complaining about how they have a billion of the non-dual molded leg Spider-Man without the arm printing.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
I
not
gotta
going to
find a
put.
way to attach this.
I'm definitely not going to put any LEDs in my UCS X-wing.
I want to find a way to attach this so I can have a bay window, right? But I got to do it in a way that the siding can still work like this. And when you try to like put that together, like that. I can't even using even using one of these pieces. If you put that, hold on, let me stick it on top. Put it on top. It doesn't match up.
Yeah,
All right, so
Alexandria is a Harry Potter fan, so she's saying there's so many Harry Potter minifigures, same characters over and over again. And that's the thing with all the main characters from the licensed themes is like all of the Batman collectors have the same generic Batman over and over and over again.
you know what? Oh, let me. Where is it? If I can find this will be funny. It's more or less exactly what you're talking about. Let me get all these things out of the way. No. No. All right. Hold up, let me find them.
Hmm.
Here you go.
I'm gonna put
My
that on.
bag full. This is my bag full of Luke Skywalkers.
Yeah.
Right. This is because this is what Lego does. You know, I get my bag of Han Solos. Uh, my bag of Obi-Wan Kenobis. All they sometimes they'll make new versions of these things, and then half the time because they already have the figures made, they'll just find, can we stick this figure into 50 sets? You know what I mean? It's really sad that they do that, but we end up with so many of these things. I
Yeah.
really got to change this whole thing. I want to get these drawers all lined up so I don't have to sit here and lift every single one of these things just to put everything back. Oh, get off of here. Ah! Oh,
Yeah,
that's something
that's
else I
why.
didn't think about. I didn't think about putting foliage on here.
Yeah, do
I
you
can get a
have any
tree
of
or
the
something.
white? Do you have any of the white leaves?
Big leaves?
I'm talking about any size of white leaves because that'd look like it's covered with snow.
Um,
Yes, Will does like Star Wars, Johnny.
I have a few right here at the bottom of this cup of the regular white leaves.
Are
That's
those
about it.
are those
And then
the
I got these ones too. These
what sizes are is that? That's the
This is
four
the
by
small, and
one.
then I have the big right here. I got a whole cup of the big ones,
Yeah.
but they're too big to fit on here anywhere without covering everything up. You know.
Yeah, I don't have many of the white leaves. So what I end up doing is I just take the leaves off of branches of trees in my city and just put some white studs on it to look like snow, and the leaves have fallen off because I don't have any of the white leaves or many of them to make a full tree.
Yeah. I have a lot. Like it's like when you're trying to build a tree and you're trying to make the trunk. What do you use? Do you use round parts, squared parts? Because if you just use like round 2x2s, the tree don't look right. You know. And if you use, you can do a tree like this and have all these knots everywhere, but then the other side has exposed pins. I really hope they start coming out with something that's a little bit more realistic in that way. Things that you can add, you can push into those Technic holes to cover the holes up when you're not using them. Like, just make brown Technic pins for real. They just won't do it. I think they need to make more parts and more colors.
Yeah, I just forgot about something that I need to attend to.
Yeah. Well, I'm about ready to be done for today anyway. I'm out of energy on this mock. So if you want to go ahead and end it, we can go back to this tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, we'll cut.
Or whenever.
We'll cut this at 90 minutes. Don't I have a Avengers set with snow leaves? You are you talking about the Advent calendar, Johnny? Because the only Avengers set. Oh wait. Oh, I remember what you're talking about. I used those white leaves on that winter mock that I showed on stream earlier. So what I need to do is I need to get more of those leaves that were in that Avengers set, and then first of all, what I need to do is I need to get more of the regular green versions of those leaves to make regular green versions of those trees to put in my city, and then I can exchange that for the white leaves in winter because it's summer vacation.
I was trying to get these to line up, and I found that if you take a bracket and put it on that half and had that flat somehow, the spots line up, the studs line up. I mean, I'm gonna have to go some intricate stuff to have studs out the back coming up and coming around, but I might actually be able to get this to work and look right. I don't know if this mock's going to be worth all the trouble I'm going to put into it.
Yeah. All I know is that I'm going to be watching YouTube videos about the new modular today, and hopefully do some more reorganization. That's my plans. But I will be live again at 9 p.m. Eastern. Anyone out there
I'll join you
watching?
then. Can I join you then?
Yeah. Yeah, we can try do something. Because I'll put out the invite in the jungle as I try to
All right.
do, and I am starting a new set because we finished Nigel Mansell's car, so I had to edit a new thumbnail, and so I picked a set from my backlog and gonna spend a couple weeks building it.
All right.
So if people see that live stream in their subscriptions and you see the thumbnail, then you'll see the set that I'm building. But if you haven't done that, it'll be a surprise.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll be there. Definitely send me the invite, provided I'm awake and everything. But I imagine I will be.
Yeah, because I
Hit that like
always.
button, guys.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully this stream will get to 10 likes soon. If it hasn't already done so. Yeah. So thanks for watching this this pop-up stream, if you will. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Where can we find you on social media, Hoarder?
You can find me on Instagram, same name as YouTube. But my YouTube, I don't have any videos, man. That you guys got to show me how to edit, and then I'll make some videos.
Oh God, someone. Oh, God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Everyone enjoyed the rest of their day. I'll be live again later. Bye.
Bye, all.